They're summertime staples and American through and through. Burger joints and ice cream parlors carry nostalgia and plenty of familiar flavor too. Studio 5 food editor Chelsea Fairbourn is here with a roundup of local all-American restaurant favorites for us. It's good to see you.
Thank you.
It's what we want, and I love that you're giving us, you're kind of loosely tying it into the fourth, like a reason you should go to these places.
I mean, do we really need an excuse? No, but technically I've got you covered if you do.
You've got it, you've got it.
They're fun, they're the foods we grew up with, they are American through and through, and I think when I think of summer, these are all of the foods on my summer bucket list. So we're just checking them all off in one weekend.
You have a summer food bucket list?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
course.
we all need one of those. We can add to it today. We're going to jump in, starting with the classic drive-in.
Yes, so the classic drive-in, and I'll give a little history here. The first one was in Texas, and it was called the Pig Stand.
Oh.
And this was born out of a need for, quote, lazy people with cars that don't want to get out of their car to get food.
That's a quote.
And I've never related to something more. I love a drive-thru and a drive-in. So this was born in Texas, and since then it's evolved, and they're kind of a dime a dozen now, but one of my favorites is Kurt's Drive-In in North Ogden.
Okay.
And so stop by there for a little refresh.
Yeah.
You can grab burgers. I love their shakes. Personally, a chocolate banana shake is my cup of tea, my favorite, but really you can't go wrong. And this, I think for little kids especially, is a fun experience that I took my little brother to this and he's like, oh, don't you just love eating in the car? And I was like, actually no, but but for him, it was an experience, and I think that rings true for everybody in the family, too.
So for lazy people who want to eat in their car, unite at Kurt's.
Exactly.
I love it. All right, next, barbecue. It doesn't get any more American than that.
Truly. So the history here is this originated with Native Americans, and then from there kind of branched out and was adopted differently across regions in the country. So you have Kansas style, you've got Alabama style, the Carolinas, and then the one that I'm focusing on today is Memphis style, which, to get technical, what that means is they don't add sauces when they're prepping the meat. So it's all dry rub. And so sometimes people go into it and think, oh, this meat's really dry. Well, no, it's supposed to be the flavor of the meat that's coming out based on the seasonings that you're adding to it.
Okay, all right.
So I went to Sugar House BBQ for this one. It's all Memphis style, and everything's great. Really, really good, really tasty. I focused on the brisket and the pulled pork. And then the sauces really take it over the top that you can add to it. So when you're there, grab the brown sugar sauce.
Ooh.
I would drink this straight out of the bottle if I could, which, I mean, that's a different thing. But, and then they have some great sides too, the classic barbecue sides. You can also try Greek potatoes. That's some of their pork, which was really good.
Yum.
And then a cucumber salad is what I tried too.
These are mean conversations to have right
I
before
know,
lunch.
you
All
get
right.
so hungry.
You've got a great hot dog to recommend today, but what's this I hear about the hot dog not being American?
It's technically German.
What?
So, I mean, pork sausages,
Okay.
that's kind of, bratwurst.
Yeah.
That's the origin. But with a bun, more American.
Okay.
So the original hot dog stand was on Coney Island. German immigrants brought it here with them, and they were originally served with gloves. So just the sausage on its own, and then like, here's some gloves, and that's how you would eat it.
With
gloves.
Customers
Yes,
would get the gloves.
the customers would get the gloves, and then they ran out of.
I'm thinking of a sanitary food provider
no,
saying,
that
here's
was
your dog.
I mean, hopefully that happened too,
Well,
but
yeah.
the customers also got that. It was just like, eat the dog.
Who needs a napkin?
And then they adopted the buns because they ran out of gloves one day and they're like, oh, we have these white buns, let's try that. And there you go. So there's a gourmet hot dog place to try in Layton.
All right.
It is Dog Pound. And so they've got a couple of different menu options that you can try. I tried one that added pineapple and some chipotle mayo to it.
Ooh.
That's what we're seeing.
Ooh.
It's spicy, a little different than your classic hot dog.
Is that a little dog with your sauce or what?
Yes, exactly. And this is another variation with same thing, the chipotle mayo. It's got some lettuce and cabbage.
Oh my goodness.
So if you want to mix up the traditional hot dog or you think you might need a little more to it, this
Yeah.
is a great place to go and sample.
I am like mesmerized with what's happening inside those buns. Aren't we glad they busted out the buns?
Yes, it adds so
on
much.
Coney Island. All right, let's talk burgers. Where are you sending us?
So burgers, we are going to Edna's. And Edna's is a new market and grill down in Lehigh. And what's awesome here is their burgers. They've got some great history and stories within them there. I tried the Paris burger, which stems from their family's ties to Paris, Idaho.
Oh.
And they have a raspberry jam that they serve with it because raspberries are big in Paris, Idaho.
Oh my goodness.
Right by Bear Lake. They've also got a lot of wings and meatloaf on the menu if you want to steer clear of burgers. But the burger to get is the Paris burger, and it is so yummy. Plenty of that ooey gooey raspberry jam. and unique flavor there.
On the burger.
Yes.
Raspberry jam.
Yep. Don't knock it till you try it
I
because
won't.
it is the best.
I won't because I'm getting hungrier by the minute, and I plan to visit Edna sometime soon. Wrap us up, Chelsea, with dessert.
So dessert, we are going to Eli's in Payson. It's an old-fashioned ice cream parlor and soda shop. So the idea behind this actually originated during the Prohibition, was when soda shops popped up in the U.S. because it was a legal way to gather and kind of experience that. And so soda shops started then, and then same thing, they're kind of a dime a dozen now in this traditional sense. So you can go and get Italian sodas. They've got their traditional soda fountains, and then ice cream galore. And it's really fun. It's a blast from the past. It's actually in the old Payson Bank, so there's a bank cellar back there. So it's really cool, and a trip down memory lane, and a fun mix-up if you need a treat down south.
We took the kids to a similar shop a couple of weeks ago, and my 7-year-old Emmy looked around and she goes, "Mom, this place is ready to party." I mean, when you have the atmosphere, it kind of brings on a different experience.
It feels more distinct, more special, and memorable.
Yeah, all American food. You have your recommended roundup from our food editor, Chelsea Fairbourn, eating her way through the state on our behalf. We're so grateful for the work that you do.
Of course, happy to help.
Thank you, Chels. Happy 4th.